Paige, age 28. I'm a housewife who lives in a rented apartment with my husband, Yal. We've been married for a year. He doesn't make a lot of money, to be honest, but he's usually kind, and he would help with the housework sometimes. So I thought we'd be a nice couple and decided to marry him.
All right, I'm off to work.
See you. I think I'll come home late today, so can you cook rice for me? The rest of the meal is ready in the fridge.
Okay, got it.
Like this, I would ask him to help me with easy housework, and I spend my life going to work and back home. I think my work is going well, and every day was somewhat fulfilling. But honestly, there was a thing I didn't like about Niall. One Friday night. Huh? Are we visiting your parents again tomorrow?
Yeah, my cousin's visiting their house with her husband and child.
So my relatives decided to gather, and I thought I might be there as well. Niall loves to go to his relatives' gatherings. On his weekends, he would go out for a meal or go drinking with his relatives at least 3 times a month. Niall was the youngest among his relatives, so everyone spoiled him, and I guess that made him feel good. He would always drink alcohol at these gatherings, so he wants me to be his driver. Hey, I think you're attending the gatherings too often.
Huh?
You told me to drive you there the week after the next for your mother's birthday party, where all your relatives would gather, right? Of course I love to spend time with your relatives too. Everyone's nice. But if we're going to visit them many times a month, I have a full-time job too, so I feel tired. Can you at least visit them less or use a train and bus?
Huh? My parents live in the countryside, so there won't be buses late in the night.
Yes, his parents live in the mountains, and I had to drive alongside the cliff on rocky roads. It's so scary to drive on those roads in the night.
And I've already told them that I'll visit tomorrow.
Then I guess you can go this time. But can you promise me that you'll visit them less?
Okay, got it.
So the next day, we headed to his parents' house.
Welcome, Paige. Niall.
My mother-in-law greeted us with her usual kind smile. The kindest person among his relatives was her, his mother. Niall told me that he never saw her get angry. At his parents' house, all the relatives had already gathered. His mother was cooking and getting ready to serve all the guests with his brother Taylor in the kitchen. But all the male guests were already drunk, and the female guests were looking after their little kids. Niall went to join the guys, so I went to the kitchen. Hello, Taylor.
Paige! Hi there!
Is there anything I can do to help?
No. Paige, you can take a seat.
Yes, you're our guest today, Paige.
No, let me help.
Are you sure? Thank you for offering us help all the time. You're a big help.
I was cooking, serving food, and washing the dishes with my mother-in-law and Taylor. Within 2 hours, Niall was already completely drunk.
Hey, Paige! There's no beer left in the bottle. Get me a new one!
I was washing the dishes then. After washing some of the dishes the guest used, I brought him a new bottle of beer, as Niall told me.
Yeah, I do most of the housework. Paige is really useless, you know. She's a wife who does nothing. She gets to be lazy.
Huh?
Oh, see? I told her to get me a new bottle, but it took her so long. She's such a useless wife. I even cooked for her the other day.
Yep. Niall becomes like this when he gets drunk. He sometimes gets overconfident when he's drunk, and he's even surrounded by his kind relatives who spoil him. It's like he's appealing. Do you see that? I'm a good boy. Praise me more. And he would look down on me. The relatives there must have been feeling awkward, and they seemed like they didn't know how to react. But I was probably the one who felt the most awkward. First of all, he said that he cooks for me, but I'm the one who usually cooks for him. If he words it like that, it would sound like I'm slacking off housework. Then at that moment,
Everyone, edamame is ready. Niall, I heard what you said. You're being rude towards Paige. Paige, I'm so sorry. Gosh, you have no idea how hard Paige has been working. Come on, Niall. Apologize to Paige, okay?
I bet she acted considerate so that we wouldn't get into a fight later. But Niall replied,
Huh? What? By the way, Mom, I don't need edamame. I'm too full already. Gosh, you're the one who has no idea, Mom.
At that moment, I realized something. That's rare. She's angry. Niall seemed unaware of that, though. A few hours later, on our way home, Niall was asleep in the passenger seat in the car snoring. So the next morning, I decided to warn him about his behavior yesterday. Hey, Niall, it's about what happened yesterday, but can you stop saying those things in front of your relatives?
Huh? What kind of things?
You said something like I was useless and stuff. You said you cooked for me all the time. I'm usually the one who cooks for you.
That was just a joke. It's a normal thing between guys, looking down on your wife to lighten up the mood.
Does that mean you're saying those things about me even in other places too?
Come on, it's just a joke, and it brightens the mood.
It might be no big deal for you, but I don't like it. Please stop. It makes me embarrassed. Your mother also looked mad yesterday.
Huh? There's no way Mom got mad.
Just stop saying those things, okay? If you ever repeat the same mistake, I'm gonna get really mad.
Okay. You worry about the smallest things. So hard to deal with you.
Hey,
Okay. I get it. Okay. I'm sorry, all right?
and the next weekend, the relatives were gathering again for his mother's birthday, so we both visited his parents' house with our car.
Yes. Oh, welcome, Paige, Niall.
Happy birthday. This is a present from the both of us.
Wow, thank you.
Hey, Mom, you're our guest today, so it's my job to get the door today. You go to the living room and take a break, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Taylor.
It looks like the other relatives weren't here yet. When I went to the living room, my father-in-law was wiping the tables.
Dad, I'm home. It's Mom's birthday today. I bet you have nice sake ready.
Niall dramatically sat down in front of his father. At that moment, I think I heard his mother, who was next to me, sigh. But the next moment,
Paige, you take a seat too.
she smiled widely. But when I glanced at the kitchen, Taylor was cooking alone, and he seemed to be having a hard time. So I decided to go to the kitchen while Niall and his parents were talking happily. Taylor, is there anything I can do?
Huh? It's fine, Paige. You go sit down.
Taylor, the pot's boiling. It's about to overflow. Stop the fire.
Oops!
At the end, I naturally started to help Taylor. While we were cooking, the relatives arrived one after another. And just like last time, the group separated into the male guest who were drinking and the female guest who looked after their children. The main character of today, my mother-in-law, was having fun talking with the male guest. They sometimes came to the kitchen to help, and they offered to wash the dishes and serve the food. Everyone was contributing and helping each other as much as they can, but with one exception. Except for Niall.
Niall, I think you're drinking too much. How about you stop? You said bad things about Paige last time you were drunk. Paige actually helps us a lot.
Huh? Paige should at least help you guys out when she visits the house.
Huh?
She's always lazy at home on the weekends. She only prepares pre-cooked meals, and she doesn't put any effort. Isn't it funny, guys? Right, Paige? It's true, right?
Hey! What the hell is funny? You promised you wouldn't say these things again. At the end, he even said,
Oh yeah, Paige, get me some fries from the hamburger shop. You get the urge to eat them sometimes, you know? Don't forget to ask for ketchup as well. I have to get it, no matter what, whenever I crave it. Go on and get them right away.
That bastard! Then at that moment,
Hey, Niall! You're asking too much from her. You go buy them yourself.
Taylor said to Niall, but it's fine. I was actually planning to go out. Yes, there was a place I wanted to go to. A 10-minute drive to the city office. I'll go get the divorce papers. I no longer love him anymore. And who wants to stay being a married couple with a bastard who don't love anymore and doesn't make much money? But after that, something unexpected and funny was waiting for me. I came back to his parents' house after getting the divorce papers from the city office. When I was about to open the door to the living room, I heard Niall, who was completely drunk, say,
You know what? Paige is so lucky she got to meet me. There's not many guys in this world who can marry her. She's so lazy on the weekends, and I'm probably the only guy on this planet who can endure seeing her feeble face.
That bastard. I'll barge into the living room and slam the divorce papers into his face. He better be ready. At that moment, when I slammed the door to the living room open, what I saw was his mother pulling the cushion he was sitting on with all her strength and taking it away from him. Niall rolled onto the floor.
I tried to stay silent while you were talking. But you can't be serious, huh?
Seeing her change so dramatically, all of the relatives were aghast. I was really shocked too. It seemed like her usual kind, saint-like personality was gone.
You don't seem to understand how hard it is to be a housewife. Being too lazy on the weekends and having a feeble face? Because you don't make enough money. Paige has to work a full-time job. Can't you respect her more, you bastard? You think your life is so easy, huh?
Gosh, It makes me so irritated. I can't stand guys who look down on housewives. You definitely resemble my ex-husband who I slammed the divorce papers into his face. Right, she got married with her husband now. But I heard that she gave birth to Taylor Niall after getting remarried to her current husband. I see. That's why she felt so irritated towards Niall after he had said bad things about me, who was going through a similar situation as herself in the past.
Mom, calm down.
Shut up! What's wrong about pre-cooked meals? If you want to cook to order meals so much, go buy some instant noodles yourself and eat as much as you want. After you finish eating, you better clean up the trash too. Don't just leave it there. Before you make any complaints, try doing everything yourself. Preparing a week of meals altogether is a lot of hard work. If you don't understand that, it means you're not helping with housework enough. Everyone knows that. Paige, being a wife who doesn't do anything? It's Paige who always helps me out whenever she visits. Looking at her skills in the kitchen while she helps me, it's easy to imagine her working hard at home and doing all the housework. Don't you ever feel like you're better than her, okay?
Well, I didn't know people who are usually kind can get this scary. Tears were starting to form in Niall's eyes. I slowly approached the rest of them there.
Oh, Paige, did you see what just happened? Oh, no, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
No, I personally felt very refreshed when she bombarded them with logic. So, no, don't apologize. I feel so refreshed. But Niall thinks I'm a useless wife, so I'll leave the apartment where we live in, as well as your house where you've taken great care of me.
Huh?
I slammed the divorce papers into Niall's face as tears formed in his eyes, as if to further push him off the cliff. My love for him is gone now. I don't understand why I have to stay being a married couple with him. I'm very mad at the bastard right there, but I really love the rest of you here, including you, Mom. Thank you so much.
What? Are you really getting a divorce with me just because of that? That's ridiculous!
Huh? Do you think it's such a small matter? Huh?
No, I don't...
You don't seem to understand anything. Come here.
Wait, Mom, please forgive me! Ow, 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 ow!
His mother dragged him out of the living room, pulling him by his ear, and it seemed like they went upstairs, but I ignored them and said my farewells to the relatives. Everyone apologized to me so many times, but I wonder what my mother-in-law is doing to Niall. I can hear stomps and bangs from upstairs, and teary screams from Niall saying, "Paige, help!" After that, I officially got a divorce with Niall. Niall, who doesn't make much money, wanted to move back in with his parents after I got divorced with him because he couldn't pay the rent. But his mother told him, "It's disgusting to think that a guy like you is my son. You better not visit us again," and shoot him off. Now that the relatives also realized how scary she can be, they decided that it was best not to have her as their enemy. And no one wanted to offer their help to Niall. As a result, Niall moved into a cheap apartment with a shared bathroom, and he would go to work during the day and go to his part-time job in the night. But he wasn't getting enough sleep, so he would sleep during the working hours of his full-time job, and he made so many mistakes causing him to get fired. It looks like he's doing his part-time job for the whole day now, but because he still wasn't getting enough sleep, I heard he looks very worn out now. Divorced by his wife, ignored by his relatives, and having to leave his full-time job. And because I also asked for compensation money, he's drowning in debt, so he's really worn out. Serves him right. By the way, in my case, his mother, Taylor, and his relatives came to apologize to me again. Taylor even helped me move out in my new house. And he told me that he would be my help anytime. And actually, Taylor and I are dating right now. You really never know what happens in your life. Turns out my true love was near me, but I guess I took the wrong way around. But I'm very happy now, so all is well. I've been keeping in touch with my mother-in-law and his relatives who I love, and we're very close. The other day, I was relaxing and enjoying some tea with Taylor and his mother.
I never thought you'd be Taylor's new girlfriend. I really adored you so much, so I was sad to think that we might never meet again. But I'm glad we can keep in touch. We really caused you trouble for that incident. I'm very sorry about my stupid son.
You're not at blame at all. Actually, I'm glad I got a divorce, and I'm really happy that I'm dating Taylor right now. Taylor is super reliable and trustworthy.
I'm happy too. It's all thanks to your hard work every day, Paige. I'll continue to support you as much as I can. We have to respect each other when we're dating someone, right?
You're so lovey-dovey. Oh, by the way, let's have Paige try the cookies we baked together yesterday.
Right! You said you'll be visiting today, so I baked pudding-flavored cookies with Mom.
Wow! Pudding-flavored cookies? I've never tried that. Thanks so much. Let me try.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!